Bible.
Alright, hey yo, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rachak, Kodash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to you brothers out on the highways and byways pushing this truth with fear and sincerity. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Khalak Har coming back at you with another video. And meant to do this video yesterday, but I'm in the spirit right now, on the way to the plantation. But nevertheless, this Jake here is saying that the locusts that's in Joel, the first chapter, you know, it's talking about the undocumented, the migrants that come over here and reap the benefits of America and changing the lifestyle of America, changing the look of America, you know, with, you know, these other nations are promoting the alphabet community and pushing it on America. Now there's no temples, now there's no churches, there's temples, you know, a bunch of, you know, just psychobabble, man. You know, that's why, you know, you got to lead the scriptures to the men of the Lord. You know, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, you got to lead the scriptures to them, right? And the different brothers, you know, the bishops, the elders, you know, all the way down, that's speaking 100% truth. Because you listen to stuff like this and you got thousands of people, you know, thinking that what he's saying is accurate, and it's not accurate at all. So we're going to play a little bit of this, you know, then we're going to get a couple of scriptures, and then that'll be the, you know, the lesson, so you have an understanding of who the locusts are, you know, and the caterpillar and palmworm and whatnot. So we're gonna play it, and Lord willing, you get something out of
this. Specifically, Joel 1 are the undocumented. They're the Somalians, the jihadists, and the Islamists, all the people who are crossing in over the borders in efforts to take over America and other countries. When you read about the locusts in Joel 1, it explains to you that this happens over generations, that the locusts come in and they devour and they take over, and each generation takes a little bit more and a little bit more until it's all taken. That is exactly what we are seeing and have seen. They come over illegally.
So Joel 1 has nothing to do with America being taken over by undocumented. You're right. These locusts that is talking about is talking about the famine, right? Let's go to Joel 1. Joel 1, let me start at the top, and it says, the word of the Lord Yahweh that came to Joel, the son of Pethuel. It says, hear this, ye old men, and give ear, all ye inhabitants of the land. It says, have this been in your days, or even in the days of your fathers, right? Calling to remember, you know, because what's about to happen in America is about to be a famine. Babylon the Great, right? There's already, you know, it's already the plagues of the famine. That's one of the plagues that the Heavenly Father will send, right? If I go to Second Edges, you know, the Lord will send a famine on you, you know, if you're not acting right. Second Edges. And we know America, the eyes of the Lord is on the sinful kingdom, you know, first and foremost, the Israelites, but you can tie that sinful kingdom to here as well. Second Edges 16. Turn this light on. So like you bear with me. Yeah, Second Edges 16, and I'm gonna start at Second Edges 16 and 17. It says, woe is me, you know, destruction. Woe means destruction. Who would deliver me in those days. So that lets you know Ezra is back on the scene right now, prophesying in his lot, a Levite. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. It says, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils come? Right? So these evils are coming, and a plague or famine is part of those evils, bad times. So that's what Joel is saying here is, has been in your days and in your father's days. So calling to remembrance. Verse 3, it says, tell your children of it, and let your children tell their children and their children another generation. This has nothing to do with America, right? Yes, i.e. America, a famine is coming to America, but this has to do with the children of Israel. Verse 4, it says, that which the palm worm have left half the locusts eaten, and which the locusts have eaten, and which the locusts have left have the cankerworm eaten, and that which the cankerworm have left have the caterpillar eaten. So this is going into the famines, the famine that we experienced. Remember, I think it's in the Book of Kings, where you had two Jake women talking about eating their children. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but they boiled one, and then they said we're going to eat the other one the next day, but she hid the child. That's how bad the famine was, right? Selling a donkey's head for, I think, 20,000 shekels or something like that. I forget off the top of my head. But a donkey head was going for like $2,000. And if it was today, and with the rise of inflation, that donkey head will be even more. So the famine is going to get real bad here, at Babylon the Great, right? Because I believe it says you'll die by the sword or die by the famine. And dying of famine is real. It's hard, man, because your organs eat on each other. You get all big, your stomach get all big and puffed up. You see those Hamites in Africa, so-called Africa, right? You see those Hamites there. Let me get a quick Psalms 105. I think 30. Psalms 105 and 30. Psalms 105 and 30, it says, their land brought forth frogs in abundance in the chambers of the king. It was talking about ancient Egypt. He spake, and there came diverse sorts of flies and lice in all their coast. He gave them hail for rain and flame and fire in their land, talking about Egypt. He smote their vines also and their fig trees, and brake the trees of their coast. He spake, and the locust came, the caterpillar, and that without number, and did eat up all the herbs in their land, and devoured the fruit of the ground. So again, these locusts that it's talking about is talking about an actual famine. It's not talking about no damn immigrants. So Somalians coming in here and eating up, taking over the wealth of the land and whatnot. It's talking about actually, a famine. Not somebody taking the resources of America. America is going to be destroyed, right? And all these plagues are going to touch this place, like we were just reading in the second Esdras, the 16th chapter. Verse 5 says, awake, ye drunkards, and weep, and howl all ye drinkers of wine, because of the new wine, for it is cut off from your mouth, right? This new wine is cut off, Salakia. Let me go to, I think it's Isaiah 28. Isaiah 28 and verse me start at 6. Or let me start at 5. Isaiah 28 and 5. Dealing with the wine and the new wine. It says, in that day shall the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, be for a crown of glory and a diadem of beauty. It says, unto the residue of his people, the elect, right? Because the elect understand what the hell is going on. The elect know how to break these scriptures down and point you in the right direction. It says, and for the spirit of judgment to him that sitteth in judgment, and for strength to them that turn the battle to the gate. It says, but they also have erred through wine. It says, and through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way. Through strong drink, they err in visions and stumble in judgment. Right? So this strong drink, this wine, because this Jake right here said that the wine, or he said that what did he say? He said they come over here and push. I don't even think we got that far in the video yet. Here, let me play a little bit of this.
Legally or even legally sometimes. And they continue to have children, and they continue to hold on to their ways until eventually you go from America, land of the free, one nation under God, to a land that says
555, call hello, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Shem Kakadash.
a boy can be a girl can be a boy. We don't serve Jesus anymore. The churches are gone, and now...
See, that's the wine of Babylon, man. Babylon pushed that on these other nations. And Babylon invites you to come over here and to do those things. You and Babylon the Great. Right? This what it says, the nations are mad because of the one here. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Revelation, I think it's 17 maybe. Yeah, Revelation 17, and I'm gonna start at the top. It says, and there came out of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show you the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Right, that great whore is talking about Babylon the Great, O virgin daughter of Babylon, that sitteth on many waters, and many waters is many nations. Verse 2, it says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Right? So these nations are not the ones that is coming over here pushing, the alphabet community, pushing all this. It's Babylon the Great have pushed all of this on, democracy and all of these other, fornication, these things on these other nations, and these other nations are upset about that. They're not the ones pushing that over here. They're not the ones, now there is an influx of, immigrants, migrants, or whatever, coming to Babylon the Great, only for the slaughter, making this place fat for the slaughter, and destruction. But that wine and the fornication, right? Oh, come on.
Girl can be a boy. We don't serve Jesus anymore. The churches are gone, and now they're temples. There are people who are legally taking your monies, your incomes, your benefits. They are devouring your land. They are devouring your religion. They are devouring everything that America stands for, and that all these other countries stand for.
Jake, this is not your land. This land is defiled. It's defiled with blood. It was taken from North American brothers and sisters, North American Indian brothers and sisters. Their blood got spilled here. Damn, all of these wicked presidents killed millions of Gadites, man, Reubenites, right? This is not your land. It's defiled, and it's defiled with blood, and it has to be cleansed. Numbers 35. Numbers 35 and 33. So ye should not pollute the land within ye are, for blood has defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Right? So this place can't be cleansed until the one that shed the blood has to be shed. Right? It says, defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I, the Lord Yahweh, dwell among the children of Israel. So the children of Israel were slaughtered here, man. Were bought over here for bondmen and bondwomen, right? To serve out punishment, servitude, right? So this land is beyond defiled. You know, these different jakes don't really know the Bible to be speaking on behalf of it.
That Christians stand for, and they're replacing it with their religion, with their ways, all while eating up all of your resources. These are the locusts. I don't care how much y'all tell me politics doesn't matter. We are seeing the spiritual war through the politics. We are being taken over by the locusts, and God is about to respond to this. And you'll see that in Joel 2 when God says he's going to send in his army of super soldiers, his army of children that is indwelled by his spirit. Continue to stand up, continue to fight, continue to speak the truth. Because God will.
Yeah, we're speaking the truth, man. We speaking the truth. We telling you this place is going to be destroyed. You don't know what the hell you talking about, right? You don't know what the hell you talking about. Let's get a couple more, then we're going to close it out. I'm almost to the plantation. Verse 6 says, in the spirit of the judgment is for the spirit Salakia. Go back to Joel 1 and verse, I think I was in 6. Joel 1 and 5, and awake ye drunkards, and weep and howl, all you drinkers of wine, because of the new wine, for it is cut off from your mouth. It says, for a nation has come upon my land, strong and without number, whose teeth are the teeth of a lion, and have the cheek teeth of a great lion. And that's Esau, Edom, man. Right? The teeth of a lion. I think if you go to Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 49. It says, the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the ends of the earth, as a swift as an eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue you should not understand. It says, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard persons of old, nor show favor to the young. Right? And that's Esau, Edom. Right? Because it's talking about the Israelites. It's not talking about America, man. America is destroyed. Yeah, the bulk of the tribes are over here, but this is not our land. This land is Babylon the Great. It belongs to the Edomites right now, man. Right? Isaiah 10 and 5 says, O Assyrian, rod of my anger, staff in thy hand. I think, let me get one more. Psalms 58. Psalms 58. And verse verse 2, yeah, in the heart you work wickedness, ye which you waited the violence of your hands in the earth. It says the wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. The poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear. Right? So this is the same serpent, right? Which was a man in the garden, and got that same spirit of Esau on him. He's the one that the Lord, brought upon us. Esau, Edom. That's why when you go in Psalms 83, the first is Edom, right? The Lord will always have indignation against Amalek from generation to generation, right? So it's non-stop against these damn devils, right? Because when you go into Psalms or Isaiah 10 and 5, it says, "O Assyrian," right? The Assyrians had that lion like Pegasus, like with the wings on his back type, you know, animal, right? So all of these kingdoms that's in one, because the Assyrians today, spiritually, is Esau Edom, because he has that power, just like the Assyrians had that power in that time. So I just wanted to damn, turn your brights off. I just wanted to let you know, like, that the locusts is actually talking about the famines that we've been through, and what we're going to experience too when that time comes, right, in Babylon the Great. So I hope it's edified. I hope you got something out of this show.